one.
Thank you for letting us talk about green infrastructure within your development. I'm Krissy, this is Drew, Mady, and Danny. First, we'll just explain what a green infrastructure is. A green infrastructure is a vegetation system that is used to offset the negative human impact. Today, there are examples of green infrastructures everywhere. Here are some examples that you could use for your development. An uncommon one would be green roofs or living roofs. They are rooftops that are either partially or completely covered by vegetation. Some benefits to this would be the little to no maintenance and the reduce of rooftop runoff. A few negatives would be time-consuming installation and the prices of green roofs. Average green roof can cost $15 to $20 per square foot.
So curb planters, they're another form of green infrastructure. It's really just basically like plants kind of along the roadside where the curb is. You just plant plants. So the curb planter, it allows for natural drainage. It removes like oils from cars and like sediments. It just kind of lets it drain into the soil naturally. So they also look better than a normal curb does. So it's kind of appealing all around, and so some more benefits. It also minimizes erosion, and there's less interference with like aquatic ecosystems. So it kind of helps with flood prevention because the water will drain more naturally into the soil. So risks of curb planters or cons, I mean there really isn't any, because planting plants alongside the road isn't really going to kill someone. I guess unless you're allergic to it, you're not going to die. It's not really expensive either. I mean, it could be expensive if you have to replace the curb or something, so that could be costly, I guess, but other than that, it's pretty cheap. So, yeah.
Okay, wastewater, sewage, and harmful runoff are common byproducts of humans in our civilizations. When these harmful byproducts come into contact with our natural resources like water and soil, it can cause eutrophication, which is a type of water pollutant that allows algae to grow and consume the oxygen in the water. The algae then dies, creating a dead zone that cannot support life. According to the State of the Planet Earth Institution at Columbia University, eutrophication causes an estimate of $2.2 billion worth of damage a year in the US alone. Green infrastructure helps reduce the harmful runoff and wastewater that warms as it passes over impervious surfaces and leaks into our lakes and streams. It can do this by taking up area that would otherwise be covered in impervious surfaces. The soil and vegetation filters the runoff and helps cool the temperature of the water. Not only does green infrastructure keep water clean, but also the air by consuming the carbon dioxide in the air. If green infrastructure is so good for the environment, why don't we have more of it? For projects like these, you need land and support. In some legal issues concerning land, a term known as right-of-way is used to establish a pass through property belonging to another. This can help when faced with private property situations. As a community, it is our responsibility to make green infrastructure more common and popular.
Okay, so in order to pull this off, it is important to follow this comprehensive planning process. They can be lengthy and take up to months and even years. The level of citizen and stakeholder input can influence the time and effort to complete this plan. So green infrastructure planning can be incorporated concurrently with a general community plan, or it can be taken as a separate intensive process that is adopted as a part of the community community's comprehensive plan. So there are 4 phases to a comprehensive plan. The first phase is the pre-planning, which is includes a town board, special appointed board, and the planning board, and the local legislative body to plan the changes. So you basically plan the changes that you want to see in your community. The second phase is a plan process, which is basically you collect and interpret the data, identify issues, you set goals and objectives, and then prepare a draft plan. The third phase is a post-planning, which is you do a public hearing, you collect comments, feedback, and then a resolution, as well, and then adoption by a resolution to a final plan. So basically, any feedback you get from people to make your final plan, which is then your 4th phase, which is the implementation of the plan. So it's really important to follow this comprehensive planning process to pull this plan off.
Okay, so impervious surfaces impact the local Lamberton Creek. We can demise water pollution by replacing impervious surfaces with green infrastructures, like curb planters and green roofs. Eventually, our local ecosystem's health will increase and we can avoid dead zones. So here's the big question. Are you willing to support the green infrastructure movement?
Yes.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.